Hello everyone, today on Merlin's Manor, I'm going to be unboxing Isle of Cats. Now, we have a couple cats in our family, and our kids love cats, so I think this is a game that is going to be a great hit with our family. Let's get to the unboxing. Okay, so the first thing I noticed when I got this out is that the top is raised up and textured, so it's really kind of nice. Let's go ahead and get this opened up. That was just an impressive little feature on the box there. First thing we have here is a bag. There's lots of stuff inside. We got some cards. Find a place to open it. There we go. So here we have 2 points per lesson card in front of them. So these are some point cards. Trying to see if I can get this where the camera sees it more than me. Got some different colors there. I really don't know all the details on how to play this game. I don't know what everything is exactly, but we will learn that as we go. The cards have a nice feel to them as well. Got another set of cards here. I'll just go ahead and I don't have to go through all the cards, but here we have some cats. We'll look at those in just a second. What else is in here? More cards and bags. Got score sheet. You got different boards. So you got where you're going to put all your different cats on their ships. You got 1, 2, 3, 4 boards. Take a look at these other boards here for a second. This one's got like a dragon right there. That's kind of cool. Got a swordfish on this one. Squid on this one. Sea turtle there. I'll come back to this in a second. Let's look at these cats. Let's go ahead and put this out so we have something to put them on. Got these little blue cats here. The red ones here. These are wooden. Got a nice feel to them. Got some purple cats, and they all have their unique look to them, each color. They're not just the same replica over and over again. Each color has its own style. Can get them to stay standing right. Here come the orange ones. These ones are kind of crouching down, like they're about to pounce. It's kind of cool. And now the green ones. These ones look like they got a little fuzziness or something going on. Their hair's standing up. Either they got something else going on, I'm not sure. Go ahead and move these over a little bit. The green one's their own section. All these have their own unique look, and they're all pretty cool. Oh, wait. This one, oh, this one's got an issue to it. Unfortunately, we have missing legs on this one. Yeah. So,
legs and tail.
Yeah, legs and tail are missing on that one. I might have to contact the company there and see about that. Everything else looks good, in good condition. And then this little ship icon here.
I think that's the first player token.
Is that the first player token? Cool. So I don't even research when I get into this what everything is all about.
Unless it's
so.
something else, but it looks like that could be what it
Okay. So those are our animals there. I'm going to move those off to the side. Let's see what else is in here. We got the rule book. This here's got some information on playing the game. Kind of a reference card of sorts. It's always good to have a reference card to help you through there to figure out what you need to do, especially when you're new to the game. And we got all these little pieces here. And here are your cats. And before we get to that, we got this as well. Not 100% sure what that is.
Oh,
is that
it's
turn?
How many turns you have, and
Okay.
I think that may be what the ship is. That's how many, counting down how long you have until the
Each
evil.
ship is a player's board. Oh, you're talking about that thing. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, the ship counter. Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, until the evil person comes.
Okay,
You
so
have
you
to
got
collect your
5
cats
turns.
before he comes.
Here are your cats that you can collect. I'm not going to punch these out because there's a lot of them. I'll punch them out later. But we got some of these cats, and they all have different like positionings, so that you have to try and fit them onto the board in different ways, and try and see if you can get them lined up. I'll take a few of them out actually, so you can see that. So like this one's got like an L shape going to it. This one has like a cross shape, and so you have to kind of get them to link in on your board. And so that's what that's all about. You also have all these little treasure-looking sets of tokens. I'll have to look more into what that's all about. And we got fish for luring your cats, I believe. And here's the purple cats. Like that one, looks pretty cool. And that one's stretching out in a cool little way. Green cats. And this kind of a bluish colored cat. Red. I was playing with a crab. Oh, and that already kind of popped out is what happened there.
Mm-hmm.
So lots and lots of cats for you to try to get to come to your boats. To try and save them, rescue them. And that, I believe, is everything that's in the box. So, take a look at this bag again, see if there's anything special about it. No, just kind of a standard little bag. Oh, one thing that was in here still was a pencil. There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Even comes with a little pencil for your scorekeeping. This is kind of funny. I just noticed this in the bottom of the box. It says cat setup. If you have a pet cat, you should place it here while playing the Isle of Cats. I almost want to do it right now. Okay, as the box suggested, we have got our kitty in a box. So Salem can enjoy sitting in the box while we play Isle of Cats. So after unboxing this game, we played it quite a bit, and I decided to go ahead and hold off on posting the unboxing video so I could go ahead and do a review along with it. So we've had the game about 2 weeks now, and that time we played it about a dozen times and really enjoy it. And so what Isle of Cats is, it's a polyomino card drafting game for 1 to 4 players, or even 5 or 6 players if you get the Late Arrivals expansion. It's a very cute game, it's a very fun game, and it can be a very challenging game in the standard mode. Basically what you're doing is you are rescuing cats from the island and putting them on your boat, and you do this by luring them into baskets with fish, at least in the standard mode. That's what you're going to do. I'll get into the other modes in a minute. But then you place the cats so that they can fit on the board along various places. Like you can put this cat right here, and because it's actually covering up a blue treasure, if you see under there, you can actually then also claim a treasure at that point, since it's a blue cat on a blue treasure map. And you can put that in there like that, or like that maybe even might be a better place to put it. And so especially later on in games, you got some smaller treasure pieces that you can use to fit in various places. And so you're luring all these beautiful cats onto your boat, all these cute, adorable cats. Some of them have kittens on them in the expansions. They're just really cool, and you also kind of get treasures to put onto your boat. to fill in the spaces. And so you're getting these cats and these treasures and placing them where they can try and fill up most of your boat. You're not going to probably get the whole boat filled up unless you're really good, but you're going to try and get as many as you can in time, because you've got Vesh Darkhand is coming to capture these cats and do bad things, and so we're trying to get him all off before he gets to the end there. You got 5 rounds before he gets to the end in his boat, and so you're trying to get as many as you can in that time. So there's 3 modes of play. There's solo mode, where you're playing against an Otama. It feels very similar to playing against a real player, because the Otama, who's called your sister in the game, may actually take the cat that you were just needing before you get a chance to do it. So you got to try and plan ahead and be like, well, I need to try and make sure I get this cat before maybe it might be randomly taken by the Otama character. The Otama has face-up bonus cards that you will need to try and plan to mitigate by the way that you play, because her bonus cards are based on things that are related to your boat, as well as maybe leftover fish that you have, and so you want to try and make sure you're not giving her very many points that way. Also gets points for cats of various colors that you play. It starts out in the first round, you're going to draw a card that says the cats that are worth 5 points are maybe the orange cats. Next round you're going to draw a different color cat, and so on and so forth. They're worth 4, 3, 2, and then finally 1. And so you're going to want to try and play less of those cats that are worth a lot of points to your sister, and play more of the ones that are worth 1 or 2 points. But at the same time, you're trying to make the cat families that you want and all of that. It's a very solid one-player mode. I enjoyed it very much the one time I did play that. Now there's also a family mode. You get 3 bonus cards, and you choose 2 of those bonus cards, and then all the focus is on selecting and playing your cats. And of course the bonus points that you can get for playing those cats and all of that going on. And so you're making cat families, and a cat family is a family of 3 or more cats, and the more cats you get in your family, the more points that family is going to be worth. You are also focusing on filling rooms. There are 7 rooms in your boat, and you can kind of see the different symbols on there, as well as one that has no symbol, which is the big main room there. And you're trying to fill as many of those as you can, and you're also trying to cover up rats. If you see there's little rats on there, each rat is worth -1 points if it's still showing on your board. So you want to try and cover those up so that they are not costing you points. The rooms cost you 5 points every time you don't fill a room. And so you want to try and fill those rooms, as well as making those cat families. And that's the family mode. Is all there is to the family mode. And it's a very simple game. My 7-year-old can play it, and she loves to play it. She's always asking to be able to play Isle of Cats, and she's very excited about it. And yet it's still fun for grown-ups to play. And so I love that they have that family mode built in there, that all the family can enjoy and play. Well, it's not the same. It's not something that's limiting so much that you're like, I don't really want to play it if you're an adult. So it's really a great idea that they managed to get that family mode in there. And then there's the standard mode, which then adds in card drafting. And so what's going to happen is everybody's going to take 7 cards at the beginning of the game, and you're going to go through those cards and figure out what kinds of cards you want to keep. You keep 2 cards each time, and so you'll go through here, and maybe one of the big things you're going to want to do is be able to keep a basket so that you can play your cat, or get a cat through the basket there. And then the boots there mean that you're going to be going 1 faster speed there. And so those are kind of determines turn order. Here's one that has 4 boots on it, so that you would be able to add 4 to your amount there. And of course, the one with the most boots goes first, and second, and third, and fourth, fifth, however many players you have. And so those are those types of cards. You also have ones that are half a basket, which means you need to collect 2 of these half baskets in order to rescue a cat. And then you've got different purple cards here, which have different abilities on them. This one is when you rescue 1 cat, you can rescue 2 cats instead. You still have to pay the cost for them. Some of them are drawing cards, different things like that. You also have treasure cards, which are played at the end of each round to help you fill in various areas. And you have Oshak's cards, which are special cats that are wild cats, so you also collect at the end of each round if you have any of those to play. And then you have gold cards, which are blue. You have both public and private lessons. The public lessons everybody goes after, and the private lessons are your personal lessons that are kept secret until the end of the game, and you try and score those. And so you're adding that card drafting where you take 2, pass the cards on, they take 2, and everybody kind of takes 2 each time and passes on. You basically try to figure out which cards you want to collect. Each one has in the top corner there an amount of fish that it costs to play, and so you need to save that many fish, or you need to spend that many fish to actually not play the cards, but actually to collect the cards into your hand if you want to keep those after you've drafted. And so you have to try and decide, okay, is it worth keeping these cards that I've drafted? How many of them am I going to keep? Because you also have to play fish to be able to actually play cats into your boat. And so you have to try and decide, okay, am I going to spend how much am I going to spend on the cards so that I'll still have enough to be able to play the amount of cats. Of course, you're going to need baskets for each cat you take. You start out with one permanent basket, and then you can gain baskets through those cards. You can also gain permanent baskets through the cards. Give you ways to do that. And so you have to try and decide how many. Usually at the beginning of the game, you might be able to rescue 2 or 3 cats in the first few rounds. But then towards the end, hopefully you're going to be able to rescue 4 cats in the last few rounds. And so you got to try and figure out what you're going to do there. So you're adding card drafting, you're adding the fact that you need baskets in order to play cats, you're adding the fact that you need to pay fish, both buy cards and to play cats, and you're buying goals along the way. So you may have more than just the 2 goals like you would have in the family mode. And you're also adding Oshax cats, which are special cats that are wild. You choose which color they're going to be when you play them down, and they're a little bit bigger than the regular cats, and so those are kind of cool. And there were just way more ways to score points. You've got rare treasures count for points when you are playing. The rare treasures are the slightly bigger ones that are actually all starting out in the bag, and you pull those out along with the cats. Those actually will count for points in the standard mode, whereas in family mode, they're just a way to fill in your boat a little bit more. You're also adding in public lessons where everybody's going for that lesson that's played. You're adding in the ability to have more than just the 2 private lessons. And so you've got all these extra ways that you can score points, as well as extra mechanisms that you have to focus on being able to do in order to play. Whereas in the family mode, you're just picking a cat and playing it on your board where you can play it. So it's a lot simpler for the family mode, but the standard mode adds a lot of more strategy involved in figuring out how to play, and it's very fun for those who are able to handle that. I love that they include the 2 different modes in here. I think it was a very smart idea, because this is a great family game, but it's also a game that, with the extra complexity of the standard mode, is great for those who want to put more strategy into playing the game. And so the components are great. I know that these are pretty hefty cardboard pieces. They're not going to break easily, but you still want to be careful with them because over time they're just cardboard, so they are going to show some wear if you're not careful. And so there's a lot of cardboard in here when you start with the base game. You got the fish that you pay are cardboard. But the board is what's really a great. I love how they set up the board. I'm just going to put this a little closer so we can see it here. So each person gets a slightly unique board. The way it's going to be set up, where the treasure maps are, where the rats are going to be unique. Of course, all the rooms are actually in the same place, but one thing that's nice about the board, first of all, you have 2 different sides. You have the family side, which is here, and it's got the green cat in the corner right here. We'll show that it's the family side. I don't know if you can quite see that there, but and then the other side has a red cat is the standard side. And the only difference I can tell between the 2 sides are that you have the different rules and round summaries and stuff like that. And so what's really nice about this board is it walks you through everything that you're going to do. And so on the non-family version, the standard version, you're going to start out by you start out by somebody sets out 2 cats per player. And Salem wants to know what's going on here. You set out 2 cats per player, and then you go ahead and you fish. That means you get 20 fish. And then you explore. That means you go through your 7 cards and start drafting and do all that. And then you got step 3 is you read your lessons that you have. Step 4 is you rescue cats. And then step 5 is you do the rare finds. And so it has the basic order of operations there. And also down in the bottom corner here, you have all of the ways that you can score points. And so you know that rats cost you a point every time they're showing at the end. You know that rooms cost you -5 points that are unfilled. You know you're looking for cat families, and you see how much you score for each of your cat families here, starting with 3, going all the way up to 10. And then if you get more than 10 in a family, you can actually go ahead and add 5 points to each one after that. And so you see that way of scoring. You see that you get rare lessons, and that's worth 3 points. You see that your lessons and the public lessons are all part of how you score points. And so all that's there for you to reference on your board, which is always really nice. One other thing I want to talk about with components is I went ahead and upgraded to the Kickstarter pack. And so instead of the cardboard fish, I went ahead and I got all these, hard to see there because it's not focusing, but I've got these wooden fish. Those are the 5s and these are the 1s. And so those are really cool to be able to have those components. And here are the really cool big meeples that you can get with the Kickstarter pack. I really like the detail that goes into these. They look just really awesome. It's a good quality game. You know, I rated it a 9.5. I may even rate it a 10. It's right up there. It's in my top 5 games probably now. Like I said, we played it a dozen times in just 2 weeks, and I was immediately motivated to get the Kickstarter pack, which that's probably the quickest I've ever gotten an upgrade pack to a game. I just really loved it. Our families really loved it. I highly recommend this game. It's got a lot of challenging features to it, as well as playing the family mode is very simple, and anybody can get into it and play it. So I highly recommend this game. Go out and get it, especially if you like polyomino placement type games, you like card drafting games, and if you like cats. I mean, that's another big thing. I know our family are we're a big cat family. We got a couple cats, and our kids love cats, and so they love the cute little cat tiles and all that. So it's just a great game for families, and it's also a great mid-weight challenging type game. So I highly recommend it. And that's all I've got to say about that. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Hit that like button, subscribe, hit that bell if you want to get notifications, and I'll catch you in the next video.